Good evening, and welcome to the second annual TAKREEM America Awards Night, the American National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our MC tonight, Rida Fakhri.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is wonderful to see so many of you here this evening. Before we kick off our event, may I ask you all to rise in remembrance for the victims of the devastating earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, and those left behind whose lives were forever torn apart and shattered by this humanitarian tragedy. Dear friends, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the second annual TAKREEM America Awards Night, to continue the journey that started a year ago in Miami. And what a journey it's been. A journey steeped in a history of purpose, of diversity, of togetherness, of hard work, creativity, vision, and tenacity. A journey of generosity, of communion, of enlightenment. Each success story shining a light brighter on the next one and on the road to the next journey. From Hollywood to Silicon Valley to the corridors of power to the US Congress. Immigrants of Middle Eastern and North African descent have made a lasting contribution. And as the great Lebanese-American poet wrote, progress lies not in enhancing what is, but in advancing towards what will be. Like Gibran, countless Americans of Arab origin have advanced life here in the United States. They've made a lasting, positive impact on the US, on all 50 states, although 2/3 of them live in just 10 states, including the most populous here, California. From science to technology to business to politics to the arts, the Arab American community has never ceased to contribute for over 100 years or more. And tonight's laureates are a vibrant testament to it. equipped with the same undaunted belief and the same clarity of purpose. Immigrants of Arab origin have fought, they've adapted, they've inspired, and they've succeeded. They've succeeded in breaking down barriers, in becoming role models for their communities, in doing their little bit to bring about lasting change for those around them. In fact, one of them was born not too far away from here, just north of Los Angeles in San Francisco, to a Syrian father and a German-American mother. And he literally changed our lives. He changed our planet. Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple, who managed to do what no drug cartel has ever managed to do. Get us all addicted and hooked to our mobile phones, which reminds me, please give your iPhones a rest and put them on silent mode as we begin this evening in this historic venue, the Biltmore's Crystal Ballroom, where almost 100 years ago, the Oscars were created to honor and to celebrate artistic talent in America. And so it is a fitting venue for us to meet here tonight and honor those life-changing, those dazzling contributions that so many members of our community have made, those who've migrated to the United States not too long ago, or those whose lineage takes them back to those faraway lands. Their journey is TAKREEM's journey, a journey of excellence, of hope, a journey of purpose.
I have a political sort of activist background and became a filmmaker to tell stories that change the way people see things.
We as citizens have a responsibility to act by making our voice heard.
Technology makes access to information unbelievably quick and easy. But mere information is not sufficient to produce change.
We haven't given up on this idea that we can make healthcare better.
I don't say I'm going to cure a disease, no, but at least see these patients doing a lot more.
It is the stories we tell. Stories of leaving home on ships and trains and airplanes. Stories we sent back home in envelopes and wires on screens. Stories that have shaped the past and defied the present. Of heroes who paved the way of change. Of women who crossed oceans but stopped to look behind. Of a youth that wastes no time and spares no effort. It is the difficult decisions, the right choices, the inconveniences that made all the difference.
It's my pride to stand here among Arab Americans who have played a part in advancing both the Arab world and America.
TAKREEM is a breath of fresh air because it gives us hope, motivation, and a positive outlook to the future.
We celebrate the success of Americans from Middle Eastern origin and share their stories with over 1 billion people to help empower and inspire them to believe in themselves.
And how could you not join that mission? It's a mission of spreading hope to a youth, to an area that actually desperately is looking for hope.
TAKREEM Foundation initiative is very crucial to shed a light on the true values of the Middle East and work ethics.
But it also gives us a chance to feel that we're giving back to our communities and our different countries of origin.
It is the leader, the one in a million, the one working for the millions, for the planet, for the future, for justice. It is the constant struggle for what is right, what is fair. It is the laureates that TAKREEM honors.
It's just amazing how quickly, knowing that you have the same background and being able to meet up cuts a huge part of the road.
Because when I started, I had great difficulty, even though I was a graduate from Harvard. I experienced negativity, and very few people help you. So I always swore that I would help members of our community from whatever backgrounds.
It is why we build bridges above oceans, across borders, and over city walls. Why TAKREEM grew From the Middle East to the world itself, to where Arab Americans live. It is TAKREEM America to honor the immigrants shaping the new world and preserving the old.
As a visionary, Ricardo Karam, the founder, is going global to reach this community in selecting, honoring the new kind of immigrant, new kind of diaspora.
It's time we recognize their journeys by making all Middle Eastern proud while inspiring the youth to join.
It is TAK Minds, a battlefield of ideas and ideals, a world of potential, a world of change, stories that will change the future. Our deepest gratitude goes to TAKREEM America patrons.
Any success I've had, to my parents and the DNA and the culture we come from.
I applaud the work that's going on at TAKREEM to affect change and create community.
TAKREEM America, to honor excellence, to celebrate success, one story at a time.
And that is the journey of TAKREEM, a journey of purpose, change, hope, and vision. These are some of the key values that TAKREEM has embodied ever since its inception 12 years ago. It is also what has motivated its founder to cross new boundaries, to bring TAKREEM to America, to highlight and honor the achievements of Arab Americans, to remind us all of what progress looks like in a world of constant upheaval, challenges, and yes, prejudice, to break down the stereotypes that are all too often associated with immigrants. And I know who you're all thinking about right now, Prince Harry, but he's not what I was referencing. No journey seems too daunting for him. He's a man whose actions speak louder than words, whose thinking is always followed through, whose name is synonymous with generosity. It is my pleasure to introduce TAKREEM America's founder and chair of the board, Ricardo Karam, whose vision has gotten us here, a visionary whose only mistake, dare I say, was not to check the weather forecast. Ricardo Karam.
Isn't she amazing, Rida? Thank you. Masar khair. Distinguished guests, companions, friends, thank you for being here to celebrate TAKREEM America's second annual awards night with us. Our foundation is more than an awards ceremony. It is a platform that celebrates brilliance, success, and change makers. It's a networking space. It's a contribution to a better world and a way to give back to those who make the world better. And tonight, here we are. TAKREEM America was born from the fruits and successes of TAKREEM, founded 14 years ago. From the Middle East to the Americas, the work never stopped. It's quite a remarkable time. And the more I reflected on what I wanted to say tonight, the more I kept coming back to how much has passed since we started and how much has happened since then. It's a tedious exercise to recount them. But if we just take the past year, we've had the violent repression of a feminist uprising in Iran, the first World Cup in an Arab country. We lost a brave colleague in Jenin, the remarkable Palestinian journalist, Shireen Abu Akleh, who was killed while doing her job. Russia invaded Ukraine, the Taliban took over Afghanistan, and 50,000 people died in the catastrophic earthquake in northern Syria and Turkey. And before that we had COVID, the Beirut blast, another protest movement in Egypt, an uprising in Iraq. I could go on and on, but I'm sure you've all grappled with the pain of these events. And quite honestly, it is not my intention to reenact any of that suffering tonight. Contrary to what people may think, those of us working in the media take no pleasure bearing bad news. In fact, I'm saying this to say that this is why I founded TAKREEM all those years ago. Those events that I just listed, they are headlines. They are easy to list, to summarize, to reduce to a few words in a speech, but every one of these is complex and elaborate. The violent repression of a feminist uprising in Iran is happening. It's true, but the uprising continues as well. The Iranians themselves have not given up because there is no giving up. Women, life, and freedom are three unnegotiable pillars of life. How could they give up? Take another example, COVID. We remember COVID as one block period of uncertainty and fear. But that's the headline. Look past it, and you remember details full of hope. The doctors and nurses who put their lives on the line to provide care. The essential workers who could not stay home. The people playing music on balconies, the quarantine bubbles we formed. The joy of seeing our family members. The pain of losing some of them. The strength to go on. This evening is supposed to be about hope. In my humble opinion, hope begins by looking past the headlines and remembering the stories. The headlines are reductive, and we deserve better. Do the headlines of our home countries reflect the stories we tell of these places? Not all of them, very few of them. Behind every story of people killed in a drone strike, there are countless untold stories of little girls in Egypt waking up to go to school. A mother tucking in her son's shirt and putting him on a bus. A young teenager in Damascus buying his first guitar and dreaming of becoming a rock star. A poet in Yemen who sits at home and closes his eyes and dreams of a better world. These people are real. They're not in the headlines, but they are real, and their stories are real. It's no coincidence that TAKREEM America, TAKMINDS, and TAKREEM all resolve around the stories of change makers. I have built my entire career around highlighting these stories. And before founding TAKREEM, I spent my days bringing to the public the stories of some of the most remarkable people in the world. I believed in the power of these people, in bringing out their stories. They inspired me and millions of other people. They were contagious in the best of ways. Tonight, if I can allow myself, I would like to ask you to listen to stories. It's easy when a laureate walks onto the stage to focus on the award and the speech, on the headline, and to overlook the story. This is where hope lives. And the story of all the small, dull, boring, normal days of consistent, hard work that preceded the award. TAKREEM America's award ceremony is one night of gratitude for 364 nights of hard work. We are a US foundation, yes, but the executive team, my colleagues and myself, are all based in Beirut. And believe me, when I tell you it's even more difficult than it sounds, the tough part is that we, like so many others in that part of the world, we feel like we are fighting an uphill battle every day. Every day, we ask ourselves if we will find fuel in the gas station in Beirut to fill up our cars, to make it to work. We take the stairs because the elevators are still damaged from the Beirut explosion 3 years ago, just a few hundred meters away from our offices. We work in darkness because of the frequent power cuts. We have a tiny tab open on the sides of our screens, monitoring the currency exchange price as it shoots further and further up in a never-ending spiral. This is the reality of Lebanon today, and it's no better than other realities in our part of the world. These realities are behind every success you will see on the stage tonight. They shape our heroes and our laureates. There is no point to think romantically about those problems, nor normalizing them. But it must be said that these obstacles are the mountains that each one of us and you are climbing to reach that beautiful moment under the spotlight. The moment when we look back and say, we made it, we did not give up, we helped. That is the hope and the story. It is the story itself. Tomorrow, we'll be hosting Tech Minds, my special favorite. Tech Minds is a platform of mentorship for young change makers in the world. If tonight we are celebrating success, tomorrow we go back to setting the groundworks for this success. That's the important part. We have a weekend of mentorship and networking planned, of exchanges and debates, of sharing and listening, of meeting emerging talents. The objective of all of this, to go back to it again and again, is to create spaces where people like all of us, like yourselves, like many more, can come together from different countries, races, beliefs, genders, and origins. Spaces not only to celebrate a change and success, but to learn from those who have achieved them and help those who seek them. Platforms that celebrate brilliance, success, and change makers and help them write their stories. Your help is alive in the stories you will see on stage tonight. It is the hope you will see in our laureates' eyes, the hope that is reflected in all of ours. Thank you for being a part of the story. Thank you for giving us hope.
Thank you very much indeed, Ricardo, for setting the tone for this evening, for reminding us why we are all here tonight, and just how privileged we are to be a part of this project, to be able to help each other weather the storms and climb those mountains that you describe, without forgetting who we are, who we need to help, and how each one of us can make a difference. On to tonight's first award. It is for young entrepreneurship. Here to present the award are Sarah Abushar of Stanford and Spartan Khashoggi Dragonhurst, an actor, writer, and director. Can I welcome them both to the stage to present the award? TAKREEM America's first award this evening honors the work of two young entrepreneurs. They are scientists, chemical and mechanical engineers, inventors, in short, brains. They earned 2 coveted spots on the Forbes list of 30 under 30 in energy for their groundbreaking research and technology to recover water from cooling tower emissions using electric fields. If you feel slightly intimidated by all the nanotechnology here and a little out of place, and if you are feeling your age next to these incredible young people you're about to meet, don't worry, I'm with you. I'll keep it simple and use just two words to describe them: power and cool, or perhaps more to the point, cool power. And here's why.
When I started my PhD at MIT, I wanted to find solutions to the global water crisis. And I was surprised to learn that the biggest user of water in the US, it's not even agriculture, it's power generation.
Power plants primarily use their water for cooling. And this water costs them $75 billion a year globally, with a cost that's expected to rise rapidly.
They take water, put it in the cooling towers, it evaporates, all that vapor is lost, and you need to buy more water and treat it with chemicals to replace all those losses.
Here at MIT, we've developed a patent-pending technology that can harvest large amounts of water from cooling tower plumes so that the same water can be reused again and again for cooling. When we switch our device on, the plume vanishes almost instantaneously.
And the water is also very pure. It can also be used for other higher-end applications.
As a scientist turned entrepreneur, I would say, yeah, both are challenging but also rewarding in their own way.
So together as a team, we have a solid background in inventing technologies and getting patents.
We are Infinite Cooling, and we are enabling water-sustainable global electrification, saving the power industry $10 billion a year.
And the winners are Mr. Maher Damak and Mr. Kareem Khalil.
Thank you. Thank you, TAKREEM Foundation. Thank you all for being here. It's really an honor to receive this award on my behalf and on Kareem's behalf. And it's really humbling to be on the same list as all the amazing other laureates tonight. When I came to the US about 10 years ago, I was not really expecting to work with any other Arab people. But then I met Kareem at MIT. We clicked and we shared the same passion about clean energy and water savings, and then we ended up founding our company, Infinite Cooling, together. Kareem was on his way here, but his flight got diverted because of the bad weather, so he's stuck in Salt Lake City tonight. But I'm really happy to be here on both our account to accept this award and to meet all of you guys. And thanks again for TAKREEM Foundation for making it happen. Thank you.
Congratulations. I do have the perfect solution next year, Ricardo, Hawaii. I think that's a safe bet. All right. Our second award is for cultural excellence. To present the award, please welcome Nabil Talib, who is a TAKREEM America board member and telecoms executive, and Manal Saab, TAKREEM America board member and the CEO of SGCS in Michigan. And while they make their way to the stage, let me say a couple of words about the next laureate, who is very much at home here in Los Angeles. He's an 8-time Emmy Award-winning producer and director. For him, scripting, producing, directing major films with Hollywood legends, working with some of the world's greatest musicians and artists is just another normal day at the office. From feature films and contemporary opera to major live television broadcasts, he's done it all, from the Sundance Film Festival to Carnegie Hall, and just about everything in between.
The best way to give you a primer into my world as an artist was to show you some of my work.
There's obviously something wrong here.
When I was preparing for my first live action film, I had a hard time figuring out what it should be about.
He's gone.
And after a period of real intense self-reflection, I came back with this film.
Oh, shit. You can do whatever you want to me. What? I want you to cut off my arms.
It's really a conversation. So if you're watching a drama, in general, my style of editing is a little bit more frenetic because I'm trying to see everyone talk to each other.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but it feels like freedom.
Three. We got horns somewhere then. Ready, two. Ready, one.
20 breathtaking performances. 19 high-definition cameras.
Three.
It's a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and it's exhausting at the end, and it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
And the winner is Mr. Habib Hazar.
Wow, this is really amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you to Ricardo. Thank you to TAKREEM, the amazing editor who put that together, and all the other videos that we're going to see this evening. I think they deserve an applause. You know, as a Arab American, I think a lot of us probably have the same experience going back to the old country in the summer times when you're young. And I remember, you know, my parents wouldn't let me go to the front yard by myself. There was a line I couldn't cross. But when we went back in the summertime to the village in Lebanon, I could spend the entire day out with the kids of the town, and you know, they wouldn't worry at all. I'd come back when I was hungry, and that sense of community was really special and formative for me. So when I direct, you know, there's a lot of different ways to direct. You could direct from the top down. There's a vision of the director, and you kind of impart it to everyone. It could be from the inside out. You're looking at the text, and you're trying to come up with, you know, what the text is telling you to say. For me, really, it's always been about this community, which I had as a child in the old country, trying to create a space where everyone feels comfortable and safe, and where all of the collaborators I have can make me look good because they feel they could do their best work. So my identity as Arab American has really been important to me as an artist. And I can't thank you enough for this. It's a wonderful event, and I hope we all have a good time for the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Congratulations to our laureate. Our next award is for scientific and technological achievement. Here to present the award are Charles Ashib, Professor of Electrical Engineering at Caltech, and Katerina Zaka, an oncologist. The next laureate is known for her groundbreaking inventions. She is a scientist. She's a professor of nanoengineering and pharmaceutical sciences, an inventor whose contributions and life-changing discoveries were recognized in the US Congress 10 years ago as one of the 4 most important American technology discoveries. She likes to call herself simply a plastics chemist, but her peers consider her one of the top 10 women in engineering in the world today. Born in Portland, Oregon, to parents from Saudi Arabia, she was always ahead of the curve. Whatever she did, she excelled at, from gymnastics to mathematics to running. In her spare time, she manages to find a bit of time to do some problem solving, some more problem solving, teaching as well, and constantly learning new ways to impact the world around her.
I'm interested in the formidable ability of light to control chemistry in space and in time, and we want to do that in biology.
We teach our children to strive to be the best version of themselves, and it's this desire that motivates 9 million people worldwide to undergo plastic.
People are doing liposuction, and it has the lowest patient satisfaction.
And so our clinical studies show a smoother result and a faster recovery.
The blood vessels in your body are about 1 millimeter, and these blood cells are 1,000 times larger than a nanoparticle. And where we shine the light, we can control the activity of these biologically active molecules in space and in time in living systems.
Inflammation is linked to the beginnings of diseases such as heart attacks, cancer, Alzheimer's.
To detect early signs of disease. This is a diagnostic that is injected IV into the person that can travel throughout the body and the blood vessels, and in areas where there's a lot of inflammation, the diagnostic is released.
We're very interested in taking low energy light, the light that can enter into living systems, and convert that to high energy light.
Why don't we start thinking of investing in the healthcare system and understanding life around us in that same manner? Because the economic progress that we will benefit from, and also we're realizing today it's our security as well.
And the winner is Professor Ada Al-Musayr.
Thank you very much. I want to start by thanking Ricardo and the TAKREEM Foundation for bringing us together to celebrate the goodness of the Arab American community. Thank you very much. And this honor really is a reflection of Arab American values to honor science and engineering and its contribution in technology and its contribution to society, to economic development and progress. So really, this honor it says more about our community, our Arab American community, that they can honor somebody like me. It says more about our community than it does about me. So thank you very much for honoring my field and myself and what I do, because really it's a reflection of you, and I am a reflection of you. So thank you very much.
Mabruk to Amal Al-Muthayri, and on to our next award, which is TAKREEM's first Special Distinction Award. Here to present it are Amal Najjar, the founder and executive director of the Children of War Foundation. She's also a TAKREEM America Advisory Board member, and George El-Teres, TAKREEM America Jury Board member and a previous laureate himself. Welcome to them both. Now, our laureate is an Emmy-nominated Algerian-American director, screenwriter, and music artist, whose middle name is Slick, and whose home is Brooklyn, New York. Music is the epitome of everything he does. He's been rapping since he can remember, since he was a teenager, first directing his own music videos and then directing the music videos of others before working on short and feature films. His early passion for music and artistry gave him that early start in film as well, carving a space for himself. His advice for other young artists: don't wait for miracles to happen, make them happen. Here's how he does it.
Sometimes I wake up, I don't know what else to say. This moment in time, it feels so divine, been waiting for my whole life. Put a smile on your face, even on the bad days, yeah, that's my baby.
So let's raise our cups to Bruno. I love him. And let's get this party started!
Hey, time to get turned right. Hey, all play, no work, right? Hey, ain't nobody.
Listen, you're not gonna believe this. Our lives are about to change. I open the door, I see dead bodies, a bag of drugs, and a bag of money. I took the money. I make the movies for the audience, and they voted. Action. Let's go.
Terrorless with my derelicts. Try to sleep, but I never rest. Take my shot and it's hit or miss. I don't live with no bitterness. Or the past don't reminisce. On any drama, I let it rest.
Did you really think I wasn't gonna find out what you did?
Looking out for them high waves. Don't be talking all sideways. They be doing that nowadays. Don't be minding what I say. Got so many in the vote.
And the winner is Mr. Solvan Naeem.
All right, way to shake things up a little bit in the room here. I wasn't expecting that. No, honestly, this is truly an honor. It's really a privilege to be here. Definitely, I want to thank the TAKREEM Foundation and Ricardo. I mean, honestly, who do you know is putting together such a diverse honoree situation? I mean, from medicine to science to environmental sustainability to entertainment. It really is something incredible, and I think we really need to give a round of applause for that trailblazing, unique quality here. Yeah. I also want to thank Mo Amer, the series Mo, about a Palestinian immigrant and a refugee. You know, that's based on his true life, his true story, and Netflix gave us the global platform to put that out and really showcase the first narrative Palestinian immigrant story. So, I'm a son of an Arab immigrant mother who came from Algeria to New York to make a better life for herself, and that's where I was born. And I learned from her how to work hard, how to hustle, and how to chase dreams and not wait for anybody, and just to make it happen yourself, because nobody's going to give you anything and you can't have expectations. And that's really one of the reasons I'm standing here tonight. And honestly, if it wasn't for this Arab excellence that we are all part of, I wouldn't be here, and so many of us wouldn't be here celebrating it. So again, a round of applause for that. Yes, yes, yes. Truly an honor. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate the rest of the night.
Congratulations. And as we move on to the next award, which is for environmental development and sustainability. To present it, please welcome Thomas Abram, President of the Abram Foundation, and Tony Tanuri, who is a surgeon at the Boston Medical Center and a TAKREEM America board member. Welcome to them both. Now think of a peaceful world with access, universal access to clean water, renewable sources of energy, food. For many of us, a utopia. For him, a good investment. He has led startups. He's also managed companies that generate over $1 billion in revenue. He has launched the largest solar electric project in the world. Oh, and one of his companies built the world's largest mobile battery storage system. Do I need to say more? From Jordan to New Jersey, here's how he became one of the state's most influential businessmen.
One sector that is expanding is green energy.
We found a company that is hiring in this climate.
A story of improvement. I mean,
bringing renewable energy into your neighborhood offers reliable power for your home, cleaner air and water for your community.
We turn innovation into job creation. It's expanding now not only in New Jersey, but beyond New Jersey, nationally and internationally.
About 15 years ago, started a company called Petra Solar and launched and built the world's largest solar project back then. $200 million contract, up to 200,000 solar panels on utility poles here in New Jersey.
The data shows that solar electricity in Jordan is a cost-effective alternative to traditional sources of energy. In a national plan that generates jobs and increases the energy independence of the country.
We actually have two sister companies, Power Edison and EV Edison. And as engineers, as a technical team, as a business team, every time we solve a problem, it's a differentiator. It opens more markets, it's opened more doors, it allows us to solve the problem for more customers. It's a journey, and we love what we do. We do it 7 days a week. It's exciting, and we want to just do our little part in this energy transition.
And I'm honored to present Dr. Shihab Quran. Well, thank you, TAKREEM, for this honor. This is an award that really belongs to so many friends, family, and colleagues who all share in the same dream. A dream that I had since I was a young boy growing up in Jordan. A dream of a peaceful and sustainable world. Jordan is one of the it's actually the fourth poorest country in the world in water. Yet it's a country where the majority of people are actually refugees of local regional conflict. And I remember as a young kid where my father said, look, this is a desert. We have a lot of people here. How are you going to feed them? How can we turn this country into a lush paradise and come up with a solution that makes everyone happy? A small task for a young boy in Jordan, but it guided me throughout my life. And I was able to make a small difference, whether in water or clean tech. And I was able to make that difference thanks to the love and support and partnership of so many wonderful people. Some of them are with us tonight. My beautiful wife, Jinan, my amazing kids, Rayan, Noura, and Danny, my sister, Rasha, and her family, my brother, Muhammad, friends, Yamin and Shaq, and so many others who couldn't be with us tonight. And Ricardo and the TAKREEM Foundation, your noble work is going to inspire so many young Arab Americans and Arabs in general. It's going to allow them to pursue their dreams. They're going to excel. they're going to help the world, and celebrating their success is the ultimate takreem. Thank you.
Our warmest congratulations to Dr. Karan and all the laureates so far this evening. Over 100 million young people in the region have too often found their dreams, their passions, their drive to succeed rudely interrupted or simply put on hold. What they need is opportunity and support to help them achieve their goals and their great potential. Now, beyond helping the next generation of entrepreneurs, scientists, inventors, artists, TAKREEM America is also building bridges, as Ricardo mentioned earlier, between the vibrant youth in our region, in the Middle East and the Gulf and North Africa, and the Arab community here in the United States. Connecting those change makers, those future leaders, giving them a platform to exchange ideas and empowering them with the tools they need to take on some of the most thorny, but also some of the most pressing global issues. Here's how TAKREEM is supporting the next generation through its Young Entrepreneurship Award and through TAK Minds Forum.
Beyond opening channels of communications between Middle Easterners, North Africans, and the youth of the region, the TAK Minds Forum hopes to rethink and rebuild communities, cities, and partnerships for a brighter future. Through keynotes, panel discussions, fireside chats, book signings, interactive sessions, and other different activities, we will raise questions, generate discussions, and address issues among change makers. With the TAKREEM and TAKREEM America communities growing bigger and more committed to bringing about tangible change, TAK Minds is an organic step further on the path the organization has set on, bringing forward engaging content, dynamic talks, and outstanding speakers.
Now, our next award is for special distinction. Here to present it are Khalid Janahi, a Bahraini banker and TAKREEM America Advisory Board member, and Lynn Joshim, who is the president of 5 Point Holdings and TAKREEM America's Advisory Board member as well. Welcome to them both. Now, we're honoring someone who is the embodiment of the American dream, a Palestinian-born entrepreneur. He's an investor with a simple, if ambitious goal: to create a better, more humane, just, and sustainable world. And he has done it by investing in clean energy. In fact, he has walked the walk long before people began to simply talk the talk. From his early years growing up in Jeddah and his love for the ocean and marine life, to his accidental arrival in Washington State, because he really meant to apply to college in Washington, D.C. But I guess that's what you call maktub. Not such a bad accident after all, let me tell you, since he did go on to build his first multi-million vitamin business from the comfort of his dorm room in Seattle. He could have retired before turning 25, but he had his mind and eyes set on bigger goals that went beyond the pursuit of wealth. He was on a mission to change the face of America and save our planet.
Climate change was supposed to be this 100-year slow boil, but turns out it's here and now. As an entrepreneur, it was always important to me to get the highest impact and value possible from everything I dedicated my time to. 10 years after the last time I dove, I went back to my favorite scuba diving spot. It was full of tires, plastic bottles. That really woke me up. It doesn't matter how much money we make on a planet that's dying. What we're trying to do at Full Cycle is create the world's most efficient way to transition us from a high carbon to a low carbon economy. And the only way we're going to do that is by making it more profitable for an investor to invest in reversing the effects of climate change.
We get there by primarily focusing on short-lived climate pollutants. These molecules account for as much as 45% of current global warming and are dangerous air pollutants that have harmful effects on nature, agricultural yields, and on people.
A world with abundant fresh water, clean air, and biodiversity, that's a world I think we'd all be excited to live in and leave to future generations.
Good evening all. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome a GCCN friend, Ibrahim Al-Husseini. Please welcome.
Ricardo, thank you for having me, and the board of TAKREEM, thank you so much for nominating me for this award. I like this scuba diving story because it really speaks to the organic nature of the transition of my work from just general technology investing to focusing on making sure that the future of our climate continues to sustain life. Because without that, what's the point of us continuing to do everything else that we're doing? And the exciting part and the hopeful part of it is that through our work at Full Cycle, which is 2 decades of focusing on what actually is the way for us to transition and direct our capital towards the most effective solutions that our capital can be deployed into, so we can slow down the effects of global warming, eventually halt them, and eventually reverse them. We were able to come up with a very innovative way to direct capital that way, and that's the work I'm very proud of, and it gives me hope. And it also gives me hope that the Arab American community is interested and touched to address climate change, because I believe it's the most pressing problem we have of our time, and that we're galvanizing together to make a difference in it. So thank you again for this honor and for caring about this work.
Congratulations to Ibrahim Al-Husseini. Now, time to move back into the world of music and the power of song, and the ability of song to epitomize the essence of why we are all here tonight. The support, the strength that we can all derive from each other. To perform the song Lean on Me, please welcome Gary and Danny.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, I'll have you carry over. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow for, no one can fill those of your needs if you won't let go. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For no one can fill those of your needs. Somebody to lean on. Tell on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can carry on, right after all, I share your load. If you just call me, call me, call me, call me, lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on, lean on, lean
Danny and Gary, what a beautiful rendition of the song Lean on Me. Thank you. Now, the next award is for corporate leadership. And to present it, please welcome Emil Haddad, who is a TAKREEM board member, and of course, the previous laureate himself, as well as Yumna Karam, who's a TAKREEM America board member. Now, she has carved a name for herself where very few women dare to go: the world of global wealth and asset management. In fact, as of late last year, a little quick search showed me that just 8.8% of women hold leadership positions in any of the 500 top Fortune companies, Fortune 500 companies, I should say. And so she is one of that rare breed of women who have managed to succeed where so few, unfortunately, do. And she's just one more reason why we need more women in corporate leadership positions. She's been recognized as one of the most powerful women in finance. Some of her peers have even called her an industry legend. Let's find out why.
At State Street, what we're looking at is the ability of totally reimagining the financial infrastructure. More security, more transparency, more efficiency, more productivity to the benefit of the entire industry. When something goes wrong, who do you call? In our world, you're calling State Street, who's going to stand behind these assets. And that's the business Jonathan and I are there, is to help them achieve their dreams and aspiration in retirement. Over 10 to 15% of the world's assets run through our pipes every single day. We set up State Street Digital, which I'm very proud to lead. And it was phenomenal to see something so decentralized, being very quickly represented by the industry. It's more than cryptocurrency. It is really digitizing our environment. The path that I took to come to the US, as I said, it was in the middle of the Civil War. It took about 3 days. For me, when I left Beirut, I had to divert through many European capitals to get to Boston. It's just sometimes being in the right place at the right time, and most importantly, surrounding yourself with really, really good people. That's why every day I try to pay it forward, because I remember every day in my career that somebody took a chance on me.
And the winner is Miss Nadine Shakar.
Thank you so much for this honor, and congratulations to all the other honorees as well this evening. I've had an amazing journey, thanks to the love and support of my family, and my heart is also full knowing that my dad is beaming with pride somewhere above there. Thank you. I left Lebanon at a very young age, and all my memories, all the good ones and the bad ones, led to this evening tonight. Everything that I am, everything that I aspire to be, was honed at Teta's kitchen table, the benches of Yisrael, in living up in the beautiful city of Juvuni. For the past 30 years, as you've seen up there, I've worked for some of America's largest banks, and I've had a blast doing that. But earlier this year, I jumped ship. I caught the crypto bug and joined a blockchain company. It's an American company, but believe it or not, has 80% of their staff in the UAE. And every single day, I have the amazing pleasure of working with the most talented, innovative, creative Middle Eastern nationals that are rewriting the new chapters in finance. I know my time is up, but I do want to remind all the young kids in the Middle East, all Arab American kids here in the US, to dream big. All their dreams and aspirations, despite how hard times are, will eventually come through thanks to organizations like TAKREEM that are making the world a better place for all of them, but also will give them a better tomorrow. I am a Lebanese woman who got a chance at the American dream, and my only wish is for every female Middle Eastern woman to have a chance to fulfill her destiny, her dreams, her ambitions, whatever they may be. So, Ricardo, the TAKREEM organization, thank you for everything that you do. And thank you for this wonderful event and this honor. Thank you again. Good night.
Congratulations to Nadine Shakar. As we move on to our first Lifetime Achievement Award. And here to present it are Richard Westmark, who is the founder and executive chairman of Westmark Enterprise, and Dia Dressner, founder and executive director of the Leonard's Education Organization. Now, this award goes to a remarkable couple. She is a best-selling author, a healthcare entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. In fact, her latest book, which was just published 2 weeks ago, was an instant hit. It's entitled Leap Beyond Success. In it, she shares the tools and the wisdom that she has developed and acquired over her long and extensive career in public health. He serves on too many boards and organizations to name. A leader in the healthcare industry, he's contributed to the development of no less than 22 medicines for the treatment of heart disease, cancer, COVID, and more. As a board director of Moderna and as a member of the COVID-19 committee at Moderna, he made a significant contribution towards the development of the vaccine. Here's a look at this dynamic couple of lifetime achievers.
Francois and Micheline Nader's career achievements in America are more than just success stories. They are lifetime contributions by two Lebanese entrepreneurs to American healthcare for the benefit of the world. Francois Nader's career started with a French doctorate in medicine from the St. Joseph University in Lebanon, followed by a physician executive MBA from the University of Tennessee. Today, he serves as chairman at Benevolent AI, a leading clinical stage AI-enabled drug discovery and development company.
This is absolutely flabbergasting, the progress we made in better understanding the inner mechanics of how we work. And from there will come new medications, new cures.
Dr. Nader was the president, CEO, and executive director of NPS Pharma, the global biotechnology company, which focuses on innovative rare disease therapies. Its success owes a lot to Dr. Nader, who reversed its plummeting fortunes after he became CEO in 2008. Dr. Nader held a number of executive positions in integrated healthcare markets and medical and regulatory affairs. He also led global commercial operations of the Pasteur Vaccines division of Rhone-Poulenc.
As women in business and entrepreneur, creating your own companies, financing them, you have to reassure your investors you are capable.
Micheline Nader is a serial healthcare entrepreneur. As president of Jesra Impact, a platform that creates breakthrough content, education, and networks. Micheline is the author of the best-selling book, The Dolphins Dance, in which she bridges the gap between traditional healthcare and complementary medicine. After an extensive successful career in hospital administration, as well as long-term care and healthcare management, Micheline was interested in supporting the needs of seniors. So she founded the Blue Dolphin Healthcare Group, which grew to become a large chain of nursing homes. Today, Micheline Nader continues to empower and enrich individuals by developing and implementing innovative content as a writer, speaker, and coach. From Lebanon to America, the story of Francois and Micheline are a testament to the power of embracing culture in all its diversity and using it to change lives and communities for the better.
And the winners are my dear friends, Mrs. Micheline and Dr. Francois Nader.
Gosh. I'm moved, I'm honored, and I'm humbled. Actually, I'm on the board of TAKREEM America, and I had no clue. So I guess if you want to keep something from your board members, just confuse them. Ricardo? Where are you?
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all of you, actually. You are a hard act to follow. With the recognition comes also the responsibility to live up to becoming more and more of a change maker. And TAKREEM America, thank you. You are providing the platform for change makers to up-level their act and not to forget those who do not have a platform to shine from. Thank you. Thank you for my family, my friends, some who are here. Thank you for coming from far and from being here also with us. And thank you also for all the laureates who allowed this platform tonight to be a success. Thank you.
Difficult act to follow. Few things come to mind. The first thing is, sounds obvious, but it is not. I would not be standing here today without Micheline. She has been the support, the friend, the wife, the mother, and the glue of our family. And our family is here. Jessica, our daughter, is here. She left her husband, Tim, with the 2 kids back home. Delegation in action. I'd like to mention our son, Ralph, who's here. Actually, our son, Ralph, is here. He left New York yesterday, and 38 hours later, literally, he showed up about 10 minutes ago. Perfect timing. And not only he showed up, but for the last 38 hours, he had Sasha, his 7.5-year-old, with him. So Sasha is in the back out there. I'm sure he's proud of Teta and Jiddu. The same Sasha, who I apologize, he's not wearing a tux tonight. Anyway, during COVID, knocked on my door. And he said, can I say something to you? I said, sure. And he said, you know, Jiddu, you don't come out of this office before you cure COVID. Which was pretty amazing, because back then he was 5 years old. And it shows how COVID really impacted all of us. But it also shows our DNA. Ralph did not give up. This is our DNA. We're motivated. We make it happen. At times, opportunities find us. More often, we find them. Okay. I'd like also to say a word for Lebanon. Many of us are desperate and are about half an inch from giving up on Lebanon. I'm just about 3/4 of an inch, but it is also in our DNA that we never give in and we never give up. So let's keep our country in our heart, and we should be proud of where we are today. Laureates, you're absolutely amazing. It's just a privilege to be among yourself. And Ricardo, you're the best, man. What can I say? Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Drs. Francois and Micheline Nader. Very, very well-deserved award. Now, drum rolls, please, as we move on to our very final award of the evening. It is the second Lifetime Achievement Award. Here to present it, Michael Milken, who's often recognized and described as one of the most influential public figures in America today, and Salma Shihabi, a genetic counselor and one of the TAKREEM America board members. Welcome to them both. The award goes to a couple who have touched countless lives through their work and philanthropy here in the United States and in the region, a power couple par excellence. She is of Syrian origin. She has served as the chair of the Southern California Regional Board and the National Board of Directors for the U.S. Fund for UNICEF. She's dedicated much of her tireless work over the last few years to Syrian refugees who have resettled here in Southern California. From Lebanon, he is the former executive chairman of Occidental Petroleum. He is a life trustee of the University of Southern California and a trustee emeritus of the American University of Beirut. He is a member of the board of directors of the LA World Affairs Council. They both have served on countless advisory boards and councils. But beyond titles, boards, and councils, their achievements aren't measured by the great successes they have achieved for themselves, but of course they're measured by everything that they've done to give back to their communities. And for that, they are being honored here tonight. Here's who they are and why they are receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award.
Ray and Ghada Irani's achievements around the world are a testament to the dedication and love they hold towards their communities and cultures, both in America and Lebanon. Before Ray Irani became chairman and CEO of Ray Investments LLC, he had served as president of the Occidental Petroleum Corporation, which he grew to be the fourth largest oil and gas company in the United States.
Occidental is committed to excel in every business area, using modern technology and having a high market share.
But Dr. Irani's contributions span beyond his career accomplishments. Besides serving on the advisory board of RAND's Center for Middle East Public Policy, he was a member of the Conference Board Research Group organization and of the Council on Foreign Relations, an American think tank specializing in U.S. foreign policy and international relations. Dr. Irani holds honorary positions in the University of Southern California and the American University of Beirut. He has reaped several awards, notably the Ellis Island Medal of Honor in 1993 and the designation of the Legion of Honor by the French government in 2011. Ghada Irani devotes her time and resources to a broad spectrum of charities with an emphasis on humanitarian issues, especially those dedicated to the welfare of children. Her concern for the plight of impoverished children throughout the world has inspired her extensive efforts on behalf of UNICEF.
I have been blessed to work with precious children around the globe.
Her philanthropy extends to refugees worldwide, having visited and supported schools and services in Lebanon, Jordan, and the United States. Irani is chairwoman of the Southern California Regional Board and sits on the National Board of Directors for the U.S. Fund for UNICEF. She is the honorary president of the Lebanese Ladies Cultural Society, supporting the educational needs of children in Lebanon. The Keck School of Medicine of the University of Southern California, one of the state's leading medical schools, confirmed her appointment to its board of overseers. And in 2016, the Ghada Irani Chair of Neuroscience was named in her honor. Together, Ray and Ghada Irani have offered countless contributions to their communities, from Lebanon and the Arab world, all the way to America.
And the winner is Ray and Ghada Irani. About 100 years ago, an immigrant to this country defined the American dream. the dream of a land in which life would be better and richer and fuller for everyone, and with opportunity to each according to their ability and achievement. Maya Angelou pointed out so vividly that this is not a dream just in America, but a dream in Damascus, in Beirut, in Cairo, and throughout the world. It is the same dream, the dream of upward mobility and opportunity based on your ability, your perseverance, your determination. It was the dream of a young girl in Syria and a young man in Lebanon, who both eventually came to the United States. But this young girl from Syria never forgot where she grew up, what to believe in, and the belief, as this foundation points out, that one person can make a difference. And her efforts to personally visit and get the United Nations fund a $100 million donation to prepare the children in camps throughout the Middle East, 600,000 children, for an opportunity for a better life. This young woman never forgot. Ghana, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Selma. Thank you, Lori, Julie, all my friends here, the one I love, everybody here. I really, really am humbled to accept that. Thank you, Ricardo, for choosing us. It's so sweet of you. And I really appreciate everything you did. And I'm humbled to accept this TAKREEM thing. And I didn't know that it's that much, so many opportunities, so many good people, so many really, I'm so proud of everyone here. So thank you so much for everything.
I just wanted to say that I've known Ghada since I was 5 years old, and she's been a steady rock in my life ever since. Tante Ghada, I love you. I'm so proud. This is a dream for me to hand you the award. You and Riyadh inspire us with your dedication to each other, to your friends, to your community, your selfless acts of kindness, generosity, and everything you do for all of us. I love you.
I love you.
Congratulations to Ghada and Raya Irani. And Ghada Irani, may I ask you to stay on stage as I invite all of the other distinguished laureates to join you here on stage, as well as Ricardo Karam, for a photo to commemorate this wonderful occasion. Our warmest congratulations once again, and I do think and agree with you that our laureates deserve one final round of applause. Thank you all for being here this evening, for your kindness and support and generosity. As we continue to help young people around us in this good cause, in raising the prospects of every young person in the region who dares to dream. It has been an honor to be here with you this evening. Thank you all for making the time to join us. Good night.
troubles come and my heart burdened be. When I'm still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. To more that I can be.